There we go. We are live. Welcome to this edition of Thursday to Thrive, where we talk about zero net cost benefits, which is one of my favorite topics because we're talking about free benefits, free medical benefits, free wellness benefits that doesn't have to break the bank. Our topic today is so relevant. Dodge the healthcare cost tsunami with zero net cost benefits. Listen, health insurance costs have already been announced for the 2026 year, and the rates are going up 6 to 9%, maybe even more. Imagine if you're an employer and you currently have medical benefits that you are offering, and now you get this nice little envelope, that renewal notice in the mail, and you find out these insurance premiums are going up. That goes deep into your pockets, especially if you have 30, 40, 50, 100 employees or more. So this is a way for that employer to be able to access benefits for their valued employees with zero net cost out of pocket to the employer and no out of pocket cost to their valued employees. That's so good, I'm going to say it again. This wellness benefit, zero net cost, is absolutely a program for the employer to be able to offer wellness benefits that are zero net cost to the employer and no out-of-pocket cost to their valued employees. How many things are free these days? I don't know. It seems like every time I turn around, somebody wants something from me. You sign up for a free subscription and suddenly they want to charge you $400. Has that happened to anybody, or is it just me? Like everywhere you turn, people are nickel and diming you for everything. So to be able to offer something, that's just not something, right? This isn't just anything. These are true wellness benefits that are very valuable benefits that can put hundreds of, not even thousands of dollars of employee benefits right there at the disposal for that employee and put money back into the employer's pocket. Not only are we able to offer these benefits, but this will also reduce some of their costs. They're going to receive some tax credits and discounts. It will reduce their workers' comp, which absolutely puts money in their pocket. And then increase the benefits for the valued employees, at the same time reducing their costs. This is a program that can work standalone. So if you're an employer and you do not offer benefits right now, it's something you could offer to your benefit, to your clients, to your employees. If you have at least 20 full-time employees, you can offer this to them. And if you have, their valued employees, they don't have to worry about the out-of-pocket. They get the same deductions that they normally get. They receive the same amount in their paycheck. It literally doesn't cost them anything. I call that a win-win. And I call it a win-win because it's even more than that. What does it do? Because now your employees are able to enjoy benefits, it's going to increase their morale, it's going to increase their productivity, increase their participation, being able to show up for work because they're not worried about taking care of their loved ones. They're not worried about getting access to healthcare. They're not worried about the cost of filling their prescriptions. That can weigh heavy on an employer's mind, an employee's mind. So today, with the cost of everything increasing, we know health insurance costs, listen, they are going up every single year, and this coming year is no exception. Imagine having to not only try to struggle to provide benefits, but now know that those costs are going to increase. Well, with the zero net cost benefit, it doesn't have to break the bank. You could actually dodge that tsunami that's coming down. Okay, don't be like Wile E. Coyote. Do you guys know who Wile E. Coyote is? He's that coyote that is on the track. He sees the train coming down the track, and guess what he does? Does he get off the track? No. He just pulls down the shade and pretends like it's not happening. Don't be the Wile E. Coyote, okay? It's coming down the track. The costs are increasing. So what can you do? How can you provide benefits without breaking the bank and avoid that financial tsunami? So this is going to be an incredible event. If you're an employer, we want to hear from you. We want to talk to you. And if you're an employee going without benefits, we would love to talk to you also. If your employer moves forward, if you refer us to your employer and they move forward with the program, you would actually receive $250 as a referral benefit to you. We want to get the word out. Most people don't know this program exists. There's only 2% of employers that are even know that this program is available. even though it's been around for a long, long time. It's not new. It's been on the tax code for over a decade. It's part of the Affordable Care Act. So it's been around a long time, but there just isn't a lot of education about it. And that's why we're on a huge crusade to be able to bring these benefits, bring the awareness, and really change the face of employee benefits. So that's what I wanted to share, but it's not about me. It's about my incredible team. And I know all of them are going to drop some incredible wisdom. So with that, I want to hand it over to Ms. Cristina Salgato. I hand it to you, my dear.
Thank you, Liam, and good Thursday, everyone. So, this is really the benefit breakthrough that changes everything. And Leah alluded to it. It's something in the tax code. So, employers, you are already paying for it. And the amazing thing, the reason why we are talking about, okay, this is zero net cost benefit, right? Your employees are going to have free benefits and out of pocket expense. How is this happening? They're actually, it's a tax code, and they're not going to see any difference in their what they bring home in their net pay. And on the plus side, by you taking advantage, structuring your benefit, structuring your payroll this way, you actually get a tax credit, $620 tax credit for every employee enrolled. So this is what we're talking about here. Like Leah said, it's something that is not new, part of the Affordable Care Act. It already exists. It's a preventative care program, and we just want to share it with our LinkedIn community and do something for employers that right now really they're struggling, not being able to retain employees, thinking, well, I wish I could offer my employees, you know, something better, right? I'm not able to afford benefits. They're going up. I'm going to have to go to a part-time, look into a part-time workforce, which at first is like, okay, I have a part-time workforce. I don't have to deal with that. And you think, well, that's my solution. But not really, because those employees, they're going to look for full-time work, or they're going to look even for part-time work that actually offers some kind of benefit, some kind of coverage, because what's happening is that this is really the way of the future. Even workforces with part-time employees are trying to offer something, some telemedicine, something involved with it, something healthy, maybe some kind of alternative medicine package that is not exactly traditional with your insurance providers, but it has something that helps you with those daily expenses. So for those of you that know me, I don't share anything unless it saves you money or makes you money. So why am I involved in this? Because it saves you money and makes you money, and also helps you retain employees and helps you scale. So, with that, I'll pass it on to the rest of my team, and Leah will say who is next. But I just want to say happy Thursday, everybody, and please check our pages. We're posting of this, and we have a big upcoming event on September 18th, which we are actively inviting you. So please mark it on your calendar, and see you then.
How about if I take myself off mute? There you go. That was a test to see if you guys were going to have my back on that. That's what it was. Okay. You got me. I see that. I love it. But absolutely, September to remember, right? This is going to be the month for you to remember. If you are an employer and you are looking for ways to put money back in your pocket, if you're looking for ways to be able to support your employees. Now, here's the thing. This is not a new program. I have been in the insurance business for 20 years, and I was selling health insurance back before the Affordable Care Act, way back in ancient times. Okay. There was a time when people did not have the Affordable Care Act. There wasn't the marketplace. You could not go and get the tax credits. You could not go somewhere and get guaranteed issue. Now it's the way everyone gets their health insurance. Everybody knows about the marketplace. Everybody knows that that is an option. Most people opt out of it, but that's a whole nother story. But what I want to say to that is this will be the way of the future. In the future, every employer will offer zero net cost benefits. Why wouldn't they? It's good for them, it's good for their employees, and it increases their morale, it increases their community in their staff, it increases their company culture. So going forward, everyone will have zero net cost benefits. So we need all of you to help get the word out. So if you're an employer, please invite other employers. If you're somebody who has center of influence, HR department, somebody, tax professional, anybody who has a center of influence who knows other business owners, please reach out to us. We do have a referral program. So with that, I'd like to hand it over to Tim. What do you got to share with us this evening?
I just every time we talk about this, I find something new that I love about this program. And today it was finding out about the part of it being in the tax code and how this is already being paid for. It's already funded. It's already taken care of, and that all we have to do is set it up, and it helps the employer and the employees, and it's already taken care of. Like, it's an amazing thing, and we're here to help you through that process and make just life better for everyone involved. And I greatly enjoy that, and I can't wait to keep spreading this out.
Absolutely. Remember, you're already paying for it. It goes through your payroll run. So you're just not taking advantage of it. If you don't use these benefits for your valued employees, then guess what? Your competitor down the street, Bob and Sally, they're going to use it to benefit their employees. And then all of your employees are going to run over there to Bob and Sally. Remember, this is IRS compliant. It's ACA aligned. It's HIPAA protected and Fortune 500 proven. This is a program that has been around. It's tried and tested. Many large companies are already leveraging this, utilizing it. If you have at least 20 full-time employees, you already qualify for the special program. We just have to go ahead and get you enrolled. So with that, I want to hand it over to Ms. Sharon Byrne. What would you like to share with us this evening?
Well, you said some of what I was going to say, but that's okay. Where I'm going to start, though, is that for many people, medical debt is destroying families, destroying businesses, because their employees are slammed with medical debt, so they're not able to come to work, or they're dealing with somebody who's ill, so they're not able to come to work as much. So this preventative care program and the zero net cost to you and the zero out-of-pocket expense for your valued employees is really going to help your business, your employees, and the world at large. And I don't say that lightly, because people are being destroyed, families are being destroyed by medical debt, and the medical debt is astronomical. And if we can reduce that concern, think about how much more energy and how much healthier people will be to give back to their families, to give back to your business. And like Tim and Leah have both said, people, this is all you are already. If you are a business owner, what people don't want you to know is you are already paying for this. And every 2 weeks, you are leaving valuable money on the table. If this is a way to redirect the funds that you're already paying for into preventative health care for your employees, for wellness programs for your employees, it gives them access to telehealth medicine 24/7 for their entire family. It gives people access to 800 of the most popular prescribed prescriptions, including the ones that are most expensive right now, like the weight loss medications and all the psychiatric. If you have a family member with psychiatric needs and psychiatric medications, those medications are going up. Those medications are hard to come by. But this program allows you access to things that you can't even imagine. And it also gives you access to one of my favorite things. All those things I mentioned and more are my favorite, but one of my favorite things is the flexible spending account, which everybody who's on this plan, who takes the basic plan, gets a card that they put money on for medical needs, co-pays. And let me tell you something, if you don't use it by the end of the year, you lose it. So you know what I've been known to do with my flexible spending money? I bought, when my son was little, he wanted a Band-Aid for everything. I spent my flexible spending the end of the year when I had so many Band-Aids, I didn't know what to do with them. I was giving them to food pantries and everything. But yeah, so I could talk about this topic forever, but I will throw it back to you, Leah, and I will land it right there.
Yeah, great points. I mean, think about the cost of drug plans. Drug prescriptions have really become really cumbersome and sometimes even elusive to some family members. Not being able to get that prescription, that needed prescription, so that they can actually have their good health. They can maintain their good health. And so if they don't have that ability to afford those prescriptions, can they really show up fully to their job? Probably not. So this program is so needed. And remember, this tsunami is coming down the track. That tsunami is coming. Rates are going up. Employers are going to start scaling back benefits. One of the things that they do is they're going to eliminate the coffee and donuts. No more fast food Fridays. And health insurance is right there on the chopping block. So what better way to keep those medical benefits on the chopping block, keep them off the chopping block, and keep them into your benefit packages? Because if you don't apply these benefits, if your employers don't have medical benefits, they are definitely going to be job shopping. I promise you they are, because medical benefits for most employees are valuable. That's one of the things that they look for. They absolutely want to know, what are the benefits? What do you offer here? And if you say nothing, then, they're probably going to keep on looking, or they will be secretly looking while they're employed with you. You may not know that, but they are secretly looking and hoping and praying to find an employer who will offer these benefits. Again, I believe this is going to be the way of the future. Right now, we only have 2% market share. Every employer is going to want to have at least 20 full-time employees so that they can offer these benefits to their valued staff. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Remember, it is IRS compliant, it's ACA aligned, it's HIPAA protected, it's Fortune 500 proven, and I would say it's better than a poke in the eye. So that's what I wanted to share. I mean, that's what we're talking about. And one thing too, Sharon, that you brought up that I want to highlight is that I've been selling health insurance for, about 15 years, probably a little over 15 years. And one of the first little word tracks that we learned was medical benefits, medical expenses are the number one cause of financial devastation. I learned that little word track 15 years ago. And guess what? Even with everything that's happened, even with all of the Affordable Care Act, even with all the awareness about health insurance, even with everything that we talk about, we see it in the newspaper every single day. We have guaranteed issue now. We have things that are included. Your wellness is all included. Pregnancy is included. It used to be an extra cost. Even with all the upgrades and changes, there are still one thing that is true still today. And that is the number one cause of financial devastation is due to medical bills. And I will tell you, a vast majority of those people actually had health insurance. Why is that? Because they didn't understand their co-pays. They didn't understand their deductibles. They didn't understand their share of cost. They didn't understand their maximum out of pocket. And even more than that, they didn't understand their limitations and exclusions. Every single company, every insurance company has things that they pay for and things that they don't pay for. Well, this zero net cost benefit really is a perfect coupling because it helps to fill in the gaps of the traditional health insurance. And what does that mean? Keep your employees out of bankruptcy. Keep them out of being financially devastated due to a medical incident, because of an accident, because of an illness. I've got several clients who are battling cancer right now, and those drugs that some of them are, preventative. Some of them are for their stomach to keep their food down. They're $10,000 or more a month. Imagine that. That's a cause of financial devastation. So thank you so much, everybody. So now we like to do this, which is our little tradition here. I'm not going to call it a little tradition. It's a big tradition. We have a big tradition here, and we love to share a quote. And I'm going to kick it off here. I love quotes. And this one just really, I think, is just so relevant. It says, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Listen, if we want to have better, we got to do better. If we want to have things, we want to have more in this world, we got to be willing to do more. We got to be willing to give more. So if you already have medical benefits, you probably know somebody, an employee who is praying and hoping that their company will offer benefits. Please refer them to us. Tag them in the comments. Invite them to our events. We're here every single Thursday. We have our special event coming up. And if you're an employer and you're secretly wondering if this program will work for you, listen, we can have a conversation offline and share with you how this works and if this is going to work for you. Totally confidential. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay. No big deal. But what if it does? What if the program does and you really can offer these benefits? So that's my quote. That's what I wanted to share. And who would like to go next? Go ahead, Christina.
My mouse wasn't cooperating, and I'm sorry. So everything that you said made me think of Henry Ford. Failure is an opportunity to do things more intelligently. In other words, when you know better, do better. So you do know now that this exists. So I really would like to encourage you to look into this, because it's an opportunity to do better. And you listen to these events, they're not a crusade for the employee, right? They are really a call of action to the employer. Because sometimes as employers, we do things because we don't realize what's really going on. We shop for a health plan for the company, and what happens is think, okay, that's good, that's affordable for us. We pass it along to our employee. But I heard stories about people going to reputable, providers, Kaiser or Sutter Health, and saying, listen, your insurance is only paying for 7 minutes of my time. So sorry, you're going to have to make another appointment. Literally like this. So, and this program we are offering here, that we're discussing here, it doesn't have to be a standalone. It can be also something that you provide in addition to what you already have. Because the fact alone that it has 24/7 telemedicine, it means that you don't need those 7 minutes if you want to discuss a problem. The fact that it has the employee assistance program in it, again, doesn't mean that you can go beyond those 7 minutes and talk to someone. So if you know better, do better. It's an opportunity to do things more intelligently, like Ford said.
Right. That's right. And when you know about zero net cost benefits, you got to have zero net cost benefits, right? There's no reason not to, unless you don't have employees, and we can't help you there. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Tim. Love to hear your quote for this evening.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just, if it wasn't so relevant, I would find a different quote. But I mean, like Chris Rock said, we're all going to die. And at least with some insurance, you can die on a mattress.
There you go. There's only two things that are guaranteed in life: death and taxes. It just is what it is, unfortunately. So if we know that, and here's the other part to that, is we're guaranteed to get sick at some point. Either we're going to get sick, someone we know and love is going to get sick, or we will experience a major accident. It's like the percentages are staggering. It's almost 80% of us will experience some type of a catastrophic illness or catastrophic accident in their lifetime. If it doesn't happen to you, it'll happen to someone you love. So very, very good. Thank you so much, Tim. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Miss Sharon.
So thank you, Leah. And thank you, everybody who's joining us live and who joins us on Team Replay. We value you all, and we look forward to helping all of you get the benefits that you want and need. But my quote is this: a dream without action will remain a dream.
Absolutely. It really do. So how many of you have a dream? Do you remember when it was just starting with 2025 when we said it was our year to rise up and thrive? How many of you are still looking at that dream? How many of you are still chasing that goal? Or have you kind of forgot about it, tucked it away and said, you know what, the year is done. Listen, this is the fourth quarter. You can condense time frames in the fourth quarter. If you really focus, sharpen your pencil up, I promise you, you can do things in one quarter that you never even dreamed of. Dr. Benjamin Hardy says 10x is easier than 2x. So if you just want to get a little bit better, that's very difficult, because what do you do? Do you do a little bit of this or a little bit of that? It's very difficult to identify what are the things that will help you get a little bit better. But if you want to go from 0 to hero, if you want to go from 0 to 10x, then there's only probably one or two things that you got to focus on. What are those things? You know what they are. They're the things that we avoid, right? I don't know you. I don't know your business, but I know that you have a dream in your heart. I know you have a dream in your heart because you're an entrepreneur. That's why you're here. That's why you're here on LinkedIn, right? Because we are the dreamers. We're the true champions. And so we can absolutely achieve the things that we want to achieve. If it's in your burning desire, it is doable. That was put there for you. Remember, your dream was put in your heart for you. It wasn't a conference call. It was for you and you alone. And that means that you are supposed to achieve that. Even though it doesn't look like it right now, it doesn't matter. No matter where you are, all that matters is where you are going. The least important thing about you is your past, because you can push the do-over button any day, any time of the week, any day that you want. That's why we're entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs can do anything. I just think the heart and soul of our community and our world is really entrepreneurs. They're the true dreamers. So with that, we want to thank all of you who've joined us live. We want to thank all of you who watch us Team Replay. And if you are considering these benefits, if you're a little bit curious, you can reach out to any one of us. We're all on LinkedIn. You can send us a DM. You can reply to the comments here and just put #me. If you're watching this live, we want to know that you're here live. And if you're a part of the Team Replay, we love you, Team Replay. And if this isn't for you, please tag somebody you believe could benefit from this. Maybe they're an employer. Maybe there's somebody who are a center of influence, someone who knows other business owners, other entrepreneurs, maybe their HR department or their tax professionals or other people of influence who could share this benefit to really enhance our community. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to my amazing team. You all are just so good looking. Aren't they all good looking? Appreciate all of you. Thank you all for tuning in. And we will be here next Thursday on Thursday to Thrive, where we talk about all things zero net cost benefits. So thank you, everybody. Remember, this is 2025, and it's your years to rise up and thrive and make it the best year of your life. Thank you, everyone.